All right, so this happened really fast. The Lakers are falling out of the 3 seed. Luka is headed to Europe for treatment on his hamstring strain, and Austin Reaves is dealing with an oblique strain. Are the Lakers screwed, or is there a little bit of hope?
Well, listen, if Luka and Austin are both out for the entirety of the first round of the playoffs, and it seems like Austin is almost guaranteed to be out for the entirety of the first round of the playoffs. Luka, this trip to Europe, there seems to be a glimmer of hope now because of it. If they're both out, then they're dead. And we saw LeBron instantly be able to go back to head of the snake, hand on the joystick LeBron, with 30 points and 15 assists and 9 rebounds. But we also saw the Lakers lose that game to a Mavs team that hadn't won at home in 2 months. And it wasn't enough. I did believe, when I didn't know Austin was going to be out, I did believe that LeBron plus Austin, if it was just Luka out, that the Lakers could beat the Rockets in round 1. That I thought LeBron could go toe-to-toe with Kevin Durant, and Austin could provide enough scoring. And the Rockets, I know the Rockets are on a nice little run, and that was a good win over the Warriors, but that the Rockets were not going to be able to, that I thought the Lakers, even without Luka, could beat the Rockets, is I guess what I would say. But without Luka and without Austin, they got no shot. Now, it has ruffled my feathers a bit the way some folks, and I probably started the TV show off poorly yesterday pointing this out, and I probably need to apologize to old KW and Danny today, but the number of folks who are taking Luka and Austin being out and the Lakers all of a sudden looking awful as evidence that the Lakers were frauds all along, I find outrageous. That they were so desperate to be proven right on their anti-Luka stances, or the Lakers are fake contender stance, that they are using games played without their 2 leading scorers as evidence that that team was never actually what some of us thought it could be. Which, by the way, I didn't see anybody saying that Lakers team's best team in the league. What I think some of us were saying is we have literally seen multiple times Luka take an underdog, undermanned, mismatched team, and on the power of his own individual offensive brilliance, seen him take those teams on multiple deep playoff runs to the conference finals or the NBA finals, and none of those teams had a wingman as obviously as experienced, but as savvy as LeBron. And so I did feel there was a path. And if the Lakers fall apart entirely, I think it will be honestly truly outrageous if Austin and Luka don't come back and the Lakers get clocked in round 1, which they would if they don't come back. And folks then say, see, this is why March was an illusion. I would just ask them, take any team in the league and drop them into the playoffs without their best player and either their second or third best player. And let's just go best and third best, any team in the league. And how do you think they would do? So if the Thunder lost Shea and J-Dub, how are they looking? If the Nuggets lost Joker and Aaron Gordon, How they looking? If the Spurs lost Wemby and Fox, how they looking? Like if the Rockets lost Durant and Amen Thompson, just tell me, are there any of these teams? Now you can say, well, we saw the Celtics survive without Jason Tatum. We're seeing the Pistons survive without Cade Cunningham. Absolutely. We have seen teams survive in the regular season, and I think the Celtics would have won a playoff series even without Tatum. And in the Eastern Conference, maybe early in the playoffs, without their best player. But you lose your best player and your second leading scorer, and you're in the Western Conference. If all of a sudden the Timberwolves go into the playoffs without Ant, which I guess is a possibility now, and Jaden McDaniels, I'd say they're an easy out. And it doesn't, in my estimation, make those teams, this is not an exact fair comparison, because that team was obviously a brilliant team. But I would have thought it was outrageous if after the Raptors beat the Warriors in the finals, when Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson went out with injury, people are like, see, I told you that Warriors team didn't have it. It's like, well, and again, I'm not comparing the 2026 Lakers to the 2019 Warriors. So that to me is, there is a growing, the Lakers are always polarizing because they're too hyped, and because they're too hyped, they get more attention. And so of course that exists, but there also really is a growing cottage industry of, yeah, I know Luka won Player of the Month in January and March, and I know he's, first team All-NBA every healthy year of his career after his rookie year, and I know he's second all-time in playoff points per game, but how good is he really? And that would make sense if he had Harden's playoff track record, but instead he has quite the opposite of that. He's never lost as a favorite in a series. He's never lost to a lower-seeded team in a series. All he has done is upset teams in the playoffs or have his teams outperform their seed, except for last year, his first year with the Lakers, when they were the favorite and they did lose, as the higher-seeded team. That was one series of his whole career. And
what do you think happens with him in the 65-game rule?
I think that he wins his appeal. I think that if they put in there, extenuating circumstances, the birth of a child a continent over has to be one of the extenuating circumstances. Yep. I also, with all that said, Demonze, I want to go on the record here. I think Luka will play in round one.
Oh, okay.
I do not think he will play the first game of round one. But Luka got hurt on April 2nd. The playoffs begin on April 18th. Game 3 of round one will probably be on April 25th. Like the Lakers right now, it looks like are probably going to play the Rockets in round one. The Rockets played a 7-game series last year in round one. So if we just look at the Rockets, like that 7-game series schedule, here were the dates. They played on Sunday, April 20th, which would be the 19th this year. That's first Sunday of the playoffs. But just the 20th, then 2 days off, played on the 23rd, then 2 days off, played on Saturday the 26th, then played every other day, 28th, 30th, May 2nd, May 4th. So, and again, maybe I'm over trusting these Spanish doctors and platelet-rich plasma therapy or whatever the hell he's doing over there. But he's doing it because he believes he can come back. And I don't think he's doing it because he believes, well, I could be back for the conference finals, because Luka knows if he's not back and full strength in short order, the Lakers need not only Luka to come back in round one, but to have any shot at anything, to be close to himself by the end of round one, because round two, the Lakers were going to be drawing incredibly slim no matter what. And if Austin's not back and Luka's not 100%, they're drawing dead there anyway. But I think Luka's going to find his way back. The guy's a warrior, and I think he's going to find his way back.